Hi, this is Trey Passer, and welcome to the Horoscope 101's channel, and it's Vampire Week, and since it's Saturday, it's my turn up in the hopper. The movie I picked for Vampire Week, there's been some great choices. You should check out the other videos for the other days that my fellow YouTubers have done. It's been a great week for vampire movies. Anyway, the movie I decided to pick was a classic to me, in my opinion. It's a Hammer horror film, and it stars two of the greatest horror actors, or actors period, in my opinion, Christopher Lee and Peter Cushing. And it's 1958's The Horror of Dracula. There it is, right there. Okay, this is Christopher Lee's first turn as Dracula. I think he went on to play Dracula 7 times in 7 films, I believe. And anyway, and Peter Cushing plays Van Helsing, of course, the famous vampire hunter. And the basic story of this movie is, I just want to read it to you because they have it spelled out a lot more eloquently than I could. I want to tell you things, but I don't want to spoil it for you. Okay, the plotline is basically Jonathan Harker takes employment with Count Dracula to basically, supposedly, to catalog his vast library, but in actuality, his true mission is to kill Count Dracula. Okay, he knows he's a vampire, and that's what he does. But before he can do that, basically, Dracula gets the upper hand on him and turns him in, and basically turns him. Okay, and then after that, Dracula takes an interest. He sees a picture of Harker's fiancée, Lucy, and he decides to travel to where she is and basically prey on her and the rest of the family. And of course, the only person that can possibly help them is Van Helsing, who's a colleague of Jonathan Harker, and played by and of course Peter Cushing plays plays Van Helsing, and he's absolutely fantastic. Anyway, what I love about this movie, I saw this movie I don't know how many times since I was a little kid, and I love the whole atmosphere of this movie, the whole setting of it, and Christopher Lee to me is the most intimidating Dracula to me. It's just Bela Lugosi was great, and don't get me wrong, he was great as Dracula, Count Dracula in that movie, in the movie Dracula. But I just thought Christopher Lee, especially was just so imposing and intimidating, and basically so downright scary to me. He just oozed Dracula to me. He owned the role to me. He just played the part so well, and of course, Peter Cushing is great as Van Helsing, a man of science who knows what these things are, and he basically has to battle Dracula to help basically save Jonathan Harker's family. And they have some great, like I said, the whole atmosphere is great in this movie, and Dracula is an imposing presence, and you have the great scenes. I don't want to spoil it too much, but you have the great scenes of people being turned, and of Dracula attacking, and the heroes trying to save the damsels in distress in this movie, and a great soundtrack. Not the soundtrack. It's great music, and this also lends to the whole ambiance of the movie. It has nice, great music in it, great thrilling music, and there's great suspense in this, and you're praying that these people, that Van Helsing can stop Dracula, because, like I say, he's such an intimidating and imposing presence, and just Christopher Lee just owned this part. I absolutely love him in this movie, and I definitely recommend this movie. I don't want to spoil it too much by telling you anything more. I think this movie just should be discovered, and I think this movie and the 2 that came after it, which I believe I'm trying to remember what the other 2 movies are. The other 2 Dracula movies are, hold on, I'll tell you. Like I say, he starred in 7 of them, but there was 2 other ones that he starred in, like sequels to this movie. Dracula, Prince of Darkness, and I believe what's the other one? That's not Scars of Dracula. I don't think that was the next one, but it doesn't matter. He played, like I say, he played it 7 times, and Christopher Lee was just an intimidating presence. What I love about his performance is that he was so imposing, and since this is a Hammer film, Hammer believed in the blood, and you got to see Dracula with the fangs and with the blood And there's a great chase scene towards the end of the movie between Peter Cushing and Christopher Lee, which is absolutely great. One of the most, like I said, the music adds to it, and then you got this two consummate actors battling, which is great, absolutely fantastic. And like I said, Horror of Dracula, I think is the best one out of all of them. All of the ones that he did. Even though, like I said, the next two movies are pretty good. And definitely, I heard this is coming out on Blu-ray, and I believe in March in the UK. And I think Prince of Darkness is already out on Dracula Prince of Darkness is already out in the UK, which I have to get now on Blu-ray. Dracula Prince of Darkness, which I think is the direct sequel to this. I think, let me just make sure that, I think it is, but let me just double check. In the sequel, it's a sequel to this one. That one is, like I said, Scars of Dracula, which is already out on Blu-ray in England, which I have to get. But this movie, The Horror of Dracula, is coming out on Blu-ray, I believe, in March. Let's see, March. Let me give you the exact date. In the UK, it's Dracula, Dracula, Blu-ray and DVD, Dracula. It's coming out on March 18th, okay, and Amazon UK. So definitely gonna pick that up because I love Christopher Lee's Dracula. He was so intimidating and an imposing figure. And I put a few facts. I think he only had 13 lines or something in the movie. Let me just, I can double check that, but I think they said he had only, I think 13 lines. He doesn't talk that much. And Dracula, like I said, he's not, well, he's Dracula, so he's only gonna come at night. But I think, let me just double check that. I think they said he only had like 11 lines in this movie, which is absolutely, And also in this movie is Michael Gough, who played, if you know him better, as who played Alfred in the Tim Burton and Joel Schumacher, Batman films. And like I said, they changed certain things around in the movie. Like in the novel, of course, Jonathan Harker, doesn't know. He finds out later that Dracula is Dracula, but in this movie, at the beginning, he knows that Dracula is Dracula, and he's come there for the express purpose of killing Dracula, of course. And okay, let me see. There's a few more trivia. Let's see. Trivia. Okay. In this film, of course, Dracula only has one bride, and of course, in the novel, he has 3 brides. The brides of Dracula, and they also changed around the well, no, I don't want to spoil too much about it. The novel, of course, Dracula is an old man at the beginning, of course, who drinks blood and becomes younger. Okay, in this movie, he's already the same age throughout the whole movie. Okay, and what else? In the novel, he travels to Dracula to basically try to sell him real estate back in England. Okay, that's the whole purpose. That was the purpose of him originally traveling to in the novel. But of course, they changed it to him going there with the express purpose to kill Dracula under the disguise of being a librarian, of course. Okay, and they also, like I said, this movie is nice and bloody. Due to the censors, they couldn't really, the 1931 Dracula that Hollywood made, they couldn't really show any blood, I think. But in this movie, they show blood, and you have nice staking scenes in this movie, which is great. Yeah. And like I said, Peter Cushing and Christopher Lee make a great duo, great battling duo and stuff, and it's really good. Like I said, it's 82 minutes, it breezes by, and things happen. Like I said, great atmosphere in the movie, and the music adds to it, and I love the showdown at the end between Dracula and Van Helsing. Absolutely great, totally worth getting this movie, and I'm definitely gonna buy this movie on Blu-ray when it comes out in March. I bookmark it so I can remind myself to order it. Okay, and I'm gonna order Scars of Dracula, which is the sequel to this, and this is just a great movie. I can't highly recommend this more. The Horror of Dracula is just a fantastic movie, definitely worth seeing. And so this is Trade Package. Let me know if you've seen this movie, what you think of it. Feel free to leave your comments down below, and please, sub to our horror channel. It's great channel. We're just getting started, and we have some great things coming up. I think next week is going to be sci-fi horror. That's, I think, the next thing up for next week. So please tune in. Like I said, we're here from Monday through Saturday. Okay, great guy and great girl. So please tune in. And it's Trey Passer saying so long and take care.